I'm Elizabeth O'Brien.
And I'm Alexander White.
We are professors in the Department of the History of Medicine here at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. And we want to welcome you to our online program course, Science and the Practice of Medicine.
This is a survey course on the history of medicine from the early 18th century through to the end of the 19th century. We'll be studying the changing social meanings of disease. For example, how diseases like cholera, depicted here as a grim reaper towering over the Russian countryside, yellow fever, and smallpox were understood, and the different kinds of institutions that emerged as people tried to organize responses to these and other threats to health. Much of this work wasn't done by doctors at all. It was done by midwives, nurses, secular and religious healers, and everyday citizens in their own homes. Using the tools of social, cultural, and intellectual history, we will look at a series of very different interactions between science and the practice of medicine in the 18th and 19th century. We will begin by studying Enlightenment reasoning, and then move on to consider how medical practices and ideas and institutions changed in the context of broader social, political, and intellectual developments of the period. This, to some extent, is depicted here in this political cartoon, reflecting the behaviors and practices around vaccination in response to smallpox. We'll be looking at how the interaction of social and biological forces produce different patterns of disease in different populations, in different places, and at different moments in time.
We all get sick and need health professionals. There have been doctors, nurses, and healers for a long time, and in many different places. While sickness and healing are universal experiences, they have also taken different forms in other times and places. The history of health and disease affords us remarkable glimpses of what it was like to live in a world in which people held different understandings of sickness, health, and the body. Here in this image, we see early 19th century tuberculosis wards in which people did not have access to antibiotics yet, of course, and so they were sitting outside in the fresh air, hoping to cure their lungs. This is a course about what we can learn about the past and our current moment by taking seriously very different approaches to the body and health and disease. Each week, short lectures provide a basic overview of the key topics. Where possible, we use a global and comparative approach that highlights power dynamics in the construction of medical knowledge. We also discuss materials on a weekly basis through online discussions. We'll use course readings to explore key themes and concepts in greater depth. And here on the slide, you can see an image of how you will log on to the course website on Course Plus.
The course is designed to be an intimate space where we learn about the history of medicine together and we build up a set of historical skills along the way. So please, feel free to get in touch with us if you have any questions at all. We are really looking forward to meeting you and having you meet each other. Thanks so much.
Thank you.